What is up, guys? It is Chrome Bomber here, and today we're going to be playing some RollerCoaster Tycoon 2, specifically Open RollerCoaster Tycoon 2, which is just kind of a modification of the base game that lets you do some additional things, but we're not going to get too crazy. So, I think we will be playing the electric field scenario today. I have completed a lot of these levels already on my previous computer, but I got a new computer and it didn't transfer all my saves and stuff over. So now I gotta beat all the levels again. So I'm thinking, well, you know what? May as well record some content because I really enjoy playing this game. It's pretty ancient in terms of visual quality, but it's one of those games that doesn't really matter. It's still fun, you know? I mean, there are tons of games that look incredible but are not that fun when you play them. And this game has kind of a charm to it, I guess. And it's fun. So, to start off, we're going to delete some of these paths just so that our guests don't go wandering too far. We want to kind of keep them in this main area here. So let me check to see if anybody is on that path. No, they're not. So they're going to be stuck in this area here now, which is good for us because they're not going to get lost or wander too far away from our rides. So the first ride I like to build is the merry-go-round because it has a delightful soundtrack. That's pretty much the background music to the game, in my opinion. Let's go... Oh, what? Okay, fine. Let's just go with this color cue. So this type of path is for lining up for rides. Whereas just the dirt path is just the path that everybody walks on. They cannot actually leave the path, so that's good. And let's open this bad boy up. Oh no, that's classic. That's a classic tune. You can put your own tunes in, or you can change the music to whatever. Oh, what? Apparently not this one. This one has to play fairground organ style. But, there's no reason to change it. It's a classic. Okay, so we got that. Now let's get some money coming in here. The exciting rides tend to make more money, at least on scenarios where the prices are per ride and not per entrance. I forgot to even mention what our goal was. So our goal is, you've inherited a small farm and your challenge is to build a small theme park amongst the fields and farm buildings. You're supposed to have 700 guests in your park at the end of October year 2 with a park rating of 600. So that's this down here. So that shouldn't be that hard. If you're new to the game, maybe that's a little bit hard. It's one of the starter levels, this one, but for us it should be no problem. And because we're running Open RollerCoaster Tycoon rather than the base game, we actually have early scenario completion on. So if we end up completing this before year 2, we don't actually have to wait until the very end. We can just complete it when we complete it. So let's get a exciting ride in here. Let's go with the twist. And I suppose we can just put it at the start here, just like our other attraction. You don't want to make the path too long. Otherwise people complain about waiting in line forever. I suppose that's reasonable. It's a real problem you have if you go to amusement parks. There's this cute little amusement park that is rather new near my... well, it's not that near my town, but it's kind of drive an hour. You get there. It's in the middle of the woods, near a lake, and it's quite small. It's nice though because there's not so many people there, and they have nice new rides, and it's themed well, so that's good for me. Only been there once though. Okay, so let's get another ride in here. I don't want to take up so much. Maybe we can fit a roller coaster in here. Yeah, okay. So maybe we'll put this somewhere else. So one kind of trick to this game is the pricing. So right now this costs $1. The rule of thumb I use, it's not the actual algorithm. The algorithm's a lot more confusing on how you price ride tickets. Has to do with how old the ride is and how exciting it is and all these other things. But just a general rule of thumb is the excitement rating here. If you set it to that, you probably won't have a problem for a long, long time. You will be making slightly less than you possibly could if you just like did the optimal gameplay strategy. But compared to just leaving it as it is, you generally make a little bit more money, so that's nice. Okay, so let's get that in. Where do we want to put that? Let's put it over here. Somewhere. I can't decide. Let's just put it here. Whatever, it's not the end of the world. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to connect up the path. Oh, whoops, wrong kind of path. Okay, and while we're at it, we're starting to get quite a few people here, so let's hire some handymen and a mechanic. Now, if you're having problems keeping your park rating high, one major reason is from having like dirty paths and things. So what you can do to fix that is, one, hire handymen, and they have the ability to be zoned with this kind of blue tool, but I find that if you just keep a few, you don't really need to zone them. It's fine if you're having problems, just buy more. They're generally not super expensive. And then the other thing is making sure there's benches and what else is it? The garbage cans, because people will throw out their garbage just on the ground. So I believe in this scenario we have the nice, I like the brown garbage cans, so we'll use that. So that's going to prevent some litter and keep our park value nice and high, which is nice. Okay, now let's get to building a roller coaster. So we'll put this to $2 because, like I said, excitement rating is 2. So people will gladly pay $2 to go in there. That's a downright bargain. Oh, I just realized I have it in pounds. Oh well, whatever. What kind of roller coaster should we make? You know what, let's get some food and stuff first. People don't complain. So information kiosk, let's put that there. That gets people maps and things. Maps and umbrellas. There's a trick with that too, but we'll only use that if we need to. I like the sub sandwich stall, personally. So we can put it here. And then a drink stall. Soda or coffee? More of a soda type park, I feel. Alright. So now let's build a roller coaster. So what kind of roller coasters do we got? We got the wooden roller coaster, the junior, the classic, and the mine ride. So I don't want to do either of these two because they don't carry very many passengers per car. They're cheap, but we actually have quite a bit of money right now, so I'm not that worried about that. So we'll probably do a wooden or a junior. Let's start with a junior coaster. We can work our way up to the wooden. The wooden's classic. You want to put a little bit more time and effort into it. So we'll just do a little junior coaster here for now. Let's just try to fit into this area over here. Okay, so 1, 2, we're going to make sure we have at least 2 spaces between that so that we can fit our queue, or line if you'd rather call it that. One thing that's nice about the junior coaster is that it has curved, like, what is this called? Chain lift, yeah. A lot of rides do not have a curved chain lift, so we can do this, which is nice. It saves us some space. Alright. I'll show you the trick. Well, I'll show you the trick about the information kiosk. So, when it's raining, people will pay whatever for umbrellas, which is kind of ridiculous. But so if we set $20, people are paying $20 for umbrellas, which is a little bit cheese in my opinion. So we'll put that back down to $2.50. If you're having problems completing a scenario or you need the money or whatever, though, that $3,000 an hour from umbrellas, then that's one way to make money. But we're not going to cheese so early in the game. If we have problems, maybe. But okay, so we're all the way up here. Let's up the chain hill lift speed. And then one thing you can do in open Roller Coaster Tycoon, this is not in the base game, but this checkered flag lets you look at how your ride's going to perform even before it's done, which is nice. Alright, do something like that. So it started at 13 meters, so maybe something like that. Probably gonna have to go down lower. Okay, nice little... I'm trying to keep it compact here. It's easy to get out of control sprawling rides if you're not careful. Oh, I like that actually. That's kind of cool, isn't it? Okay, and let's try to just return to the station now. So, brakes. Not strictly necessary, but can be nice. If you don't have brakes at the end, or if you're going too fast, there's a possibility of a crash. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but it could happen. Okay, so let's go like this. Wow, that's not very efficient though. You get more stats from having more like drops, like up and down, so I'm just trying to keep it high enough here that we can circle back around here. And if we do this, and then how fast are they going at that point? Could I just do one of these? Pull the old... I mean, maybe. S-Bend, that's not that much, because you gotta watch out in this game, like the way it calculates stats is to do with G-forces, so like lateral and positive Gs. And so you gotta watch out, lateral Gs will kill you. Oh, that's fine, come on. Okay, so let's put an entrance there, and then exit there. It's generally better to have the entrance near the front of the ride, so that when they get on, they don't have to walk all the way up this kind of path here. Okay, so let's give it a test. Then another thing you can do, I mean this is a little bit insanely optimized, it's not really... These are too short to really make this worthwhile. But sometimes when these people walk around, they'll walk like down a path that's like an exit, and it's just really wasting time. There's nothing down there. So you can put a no entry sign, and then they won't waste time walking around there. It's amazing what the internet can do. I got this game, well, I got the original RollerCoaster Tycoon 1, which is extremely similar, but I prefer 2. It's almost exactly the same, but it has some minor optimizations and things. And when you get Open RollerCoaster Tycoon to boot, it's just a superb experience. Would recommend. Very cheap, too. If it goes on sale on Steam, you can get this game for like $2. It's very worth it, in my opinion. But when I originally got this game, I got it out of a cereal box, 4.7. Okay, that's good. Open that and go 4.7. Got it out of a cereal box, a CD. You like CDs? I got him a CD in a cereal box with this game. And obviously I was not nowhere near as good as I am now. And with the advent of the internet, I mean the internet was around when I got it in the cereal box, but it wasn't like Reddit and stuff like I was too young to do that kind of stuff, and I don't even know if it was around those kind of communities. So it was hard to learn what the optimal strategies and stuff were. You just kind of had to wing it, which is fun in its own right. But I certainly was not making good roller coasters and things back then. I was just kind of messing about. Oh, and that's another thing I forgot to do. So if you go to the research tab, I think it's almost always worth it to go maximum funding and then kind of choose what you want. I don't want more scenery. I'm okay without any more shops. I don't want water rides. I don't even really want... Well, yeah, these three are fine. Throw rides, roller coasters, and gentle rides. Because sometimes, not so much on this level, they give you a lot to work with, but on some levels they don't really give you many rides to work with, and it's nice to have some extras. So this will be our big money maker now. Roller coasters bring in the big bucks. So in terms of achieving our goal here, with the 700 guests in your park with the rating of 600, I already kind of explained the rating. The rating has to do with like rides and quality of your park, other metrics. I don't exactly know what goes into that, but it doesn't really seem to be a problem. And getting the amount of guests in is strictly a exercise, and when you build rides, it kind of adds to an imaginary, well, not imaginary, it's a real number, but you don't get to see it, kind of a guest cap. So if you have, you build a roller coaster, you might get like 100 extra hypothetical guests that could come in and whatnot. That kind of works like that. And then there's other multipliers and stuff that you can add on top of that. If you're interested in the actual mechanics of the game, I would recommend going and watching Marcel Voss, his channel. His excellent descriptions of everything, but we're just kind of doing a play around here. Alright, let's add in this spiral slide. Yeah, I don't mind that. Alright. We'll make another overkill, no entry sign. Yeah, don't go there. Extremely optimized, and then meanwhile we have this mega path that goes off to nowhere. You know what, we should probably link those up. It doesn't really matter, but I generally like it better when the paths link up. So like it's a circle, can't really get lost instead of walking down a path to nothing. Now this kind of seems a little bit more useful, right? Rowboats. Oh, I haven't even named our rides. Okay, merry-go-round is fine, twist is fine, but this, we should give this a name. It's a tracked ride at least. Okay. We got a farm kind of atmosphere going on, so let's do that. Let's do this. And we'll call it the but no, the Leafy Bumbler. There you go. And we could also add some aesthetics to this to make it look a little bit nicer, I suppose. Perhaps we'll save that for 10 minutes from now or something, when we have no money. Okay. Actually, I don't anticipate us having money problems, especially on this level, but let's add another ride, the maze. Considering it's a farm maze, you know what I'm saying? You catch my drift? Okay, so you can absolutely cheese the game with the maze ride. Let me show you. Where should we put this? Let's put it over here. Ready for this? Alright. Look at that maze. It's pretty good if I do say so myself. Pretty challenging. Let's see what this guy's thinking. Oh, Shirley, my bad. Oh, it's a tough one. Oh, she figured it out. Nice. Maze 1 was great. Well, you know what they say. Rather under-deliver. Sorry, under-promise and over-deliver than have some massive maze that people are expecting a lot from. Enter a new name for this ride. I guess just... Oh, there you go. Maze. we can give, yeah, we'll give this one a little bit of theming, just for fun. What kind of stuff can we have going on here? We can put it in one of these. Put it in a little fence. And then, is there like kind of wheat type looking stuff, or not really, just flowers. It's kind of corn looking, maybe. Not really. Oh well. Good enough. It's pretty. Pretty bad. I don't know, that looks kind of nice. Well, how about we give it a roof too? There you go. Give it a nice kind of brown. No, give me a more natural brown. Dark brown. Yeah, that looks more like wood. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Oh, I see. I can't do that because... Yeah, okay. That's fair enough. There you go. What do you think of that? That's pretty nice. Oh, could we do... We could also make the... instead of plain, do wooden. I don't know about wooden. Maybe... No, wooden's probably good. Yeah, that looks nice. Hedges. Brick wall. Wooden fence. Oh, wooden fence looks kind of nice. Nah, I like the hedges. The most effort we put into anything is the corn ripe. Oh, well, we'll make it cheap. How about that? It gives 1 point. Wow, it's already a deal. 1.87, $1. $1, that's fair. 1 pound, to be exact. I don't know why it defaults to that. Okay, we've unlocked lots of roller coasters. Let's build a classic wooden roller coaster now. Should we challenge ourselves and try to put it in this space? Why not? Have a nice compact park. You have to go looking all around for things. Okay, in that case, we'll probably start something like this. Yeah, okay. And then let's just check something here. Can I go? There we go. Alright, perfect. That's my plan. I'm going to re-hook it up via underground. So, that's the plan. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like having a long starting part because it gives you like more trains. You see what I'm saying? Okay, go this way. And this is a little bit cheese too. Here's a technique you can use if you have like long trains like this on some coasters. Is you see if I have the chain lift like this, it won't let me go straight up. But if you just disable it, it will. And then if you do that, it doesn't look like it would work, but the trains are so long that it actually does work. It connects like that. So that's kind of a trick you can use to save space. And we're going to implement that here. We don't have to go crazy high. This is just kind of a fairground type roller coaster. This is going to be our most expensive, luxurious option. So, county fair. Alright, so we were at 13.5. Oh no, we're at 16.5. Okay, so we can go to 13.5 probably, especially if we put one of these little dips at the end. Okay. Keep building some dips. This is going to go back to 13.5. Oh no, 10.5. Perfect, because of that. Yeah, excellent. Well, it's not very fast, but we're going to go underground later, so maybe that's fine. Here we go. We're over the path, which might be problematic, but maybe not. Just do this. Can we curve this way through here? Looks like it. Excellent. Not going super fast, but I'm not so worried about that. Oh, okay, inevitably we ran out of cash, so there we go. Luckily, in this game, at least in this scenario, the interest rate is very reasonable. So let's take a $5,000 loan out. And let's also go with invisible supports so that we can see what we're doing here. We want to go underground. Yes, okay. There we go. Alright, so -3. There we go. We might have a problem with this water here. We'll see. Yeah, we will. Okay, fair enough. I guess we could do something like this. There we go. Oh my goodness, that is going fast. What? Did you see how fast that was going? we might have a problem. Maybe not, though. We'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, that looks good. Now, oh, I didn't have any brakes, though. I guess I could have some brakes underground here. Let's take a look. How fast is this baby going when it goes underground? Ooh, that's not that bad. Yeah, I'm gonna go with no brakes on the exit on this one. Take a risk. I didn't think it was looking that fast when it came back in. Alright, hopefully this will draw some more crowds to our maze ride. Oh, have I upped the speed of the lift or no? There you go. Alright, so I guess we have some time. We could do the same thing to this one, just give it the same kind of look. Nothing fancy. Some people are very good at this, making the rides look good. Well, I'm not so good, but I'm getting better. It's all about practice. I like this kind of, the poles and the tent. Depending on what kind of park you're doing. But this is kind of like a classic fair type park. So that looks okay. And then we can add some shrubs. Wow, we might put another ride in here. But in Open RollerCoaster Tycoon, there's some stuff where you can do like kind of a, see what I'm saying? Like it'll put a density kind of gradient across it, so it doesn't look so man-made. And then we'll do some trees, maybe. I like the look of this. Maybe we'll go with something more classic. Something like this. And then maybe one other kind, just so it doesn't look so monotonous. There we go, that looks nice. Nothing too crazy, just to kind of make it look more fitting. Alright, have we got a result yet? 6.86, not bad. That is an 8, right? Yeah, okay. Not amazing, but certainly not terrible. Pretty good. I think anything over 5 is okay, you know, depending on the space requirements. We kind of had a space requirement for this one, so I couldn't make it too crazy. And perhaps we'll hire some more handymen and another mechanic now that we have 400 guests. We're getting close to the 700. 700 or 750? 700. Yeah, we're getting close, so. Oh, did we even have a bathroom? Do we not have a bathroom? Toilet 1. My bad. Sorry, guys. That must be pretty not great. I guess I'll put it here. I'll put 2 down. How about that? Reconciliation. I don't know why. If you've ever been to, at least the places I've been to, like some of the, like the main amusement park near where I live, not the little one I was talking about earlier, the washrooms are like right next to like the food stalls, and they look like so ancient, and it's like, why? It kind of is gross, like having the food and stuff so close to the bathroom. So I guess I'll recreate that. I know it doesn't really matter, but it's just kind of why. It's just the way they designed it, I guess. There are other areas. It's a really huge park, considering. Well, I guess depending on if you're used to like Disneyland, it's not very big, but for the area, it's pretty nice. And there are areas that are like this, which are nice and have just trees you can hang out in. I don't know if I'll bother making a nice little area like this for this. It seems like we're kind of close to being completed if we pump out a few more rides. So let's put in some more exciting rides. We already have a pirate ship, but let's do the swinging inverter ship. Do that here. Why is that? There we go. And I guess we'll do another one of these no entrance signs. I guess we'll do 2 of them. I mean, it's really quite overkill, but it does matter when you do like parks that are really cramped. Like I think Dinky Park. I don't remember. There's some that are very small, and in that case, you have to make like these massive. At least when I do it, because I'm bad at planning, you have to do these like massive exit paths, and then you really don't want people wasting time there. We could do a log flume, that'd be cool. That'd match our aesthetic. We already have a spiral slide, right? Yeah, we do. I wouldn't even name this. I don't know. Call it Big Splinter. Because it's made of wood. It's hilarious. That was... Oh my god, it's so bad. Oh well. They don't care about the names, so it doesn't matter. We don't have a Ferris wheel. It's classic. We'll put it in our classic area. Yeah, rides like these I don't really bother making the lineup so long. Again, it depends on the scenario. Like something like this, it really doesn't matter at all. I mean, you don't want like a super long queue. Otherwise, people complain about it being too long. But especially with rides like the Ferris wheel, where the ride time is actually quite long. If you have a like even medium-sized line, sometimes people complain. And sometimes you don't want people stuck in lines that aren't moving very fast, not only because they complain, but even if they don't complain, they could be spending money on something else. But like roller coasters like this, like if you look at how many people get sent through once these people get off, like the amount of people per cart is so high that it doesn't actually really matter that much how long your queue is, as long as it's not like ridiculously long. How much money is this thing making? 10,000 an hour, not bad. Is this thing breaking that yet? 15,000, yeah. Yeah, the roller coasters are the money makers, and they're the people bringer inners, if that's the way you want to put it. But I mean, it's called RollerCoaster Tycoon, not Merry-Go-Round Tycoon, so I guess that makes sense. Alright, what else we got? Yeah, I guess we'll put a log flume in. Where do we put it? Over here, why not? We'll just do a little one. It's not going to be my finest work, I'll tell you that. Can we do this? Or no, okay, good thing I checked. Building the rides gets easier, again, the more you do it. If you're struggling, that's fine. You can start off with just pre-made rides or just go into like an endless money simulation and practice ride building. Because I feel like that's one of the most rewarding parts of the game. It's what makes it so high replay value. Is that the physics simulation is very interesting to look at your stats and stuff. Alright, we won't do anything crazy. There you go. That's fine. And then we'll go. There we go. Is that lined up? I think that is. I'm just going to go one more over. Yeah, I guess we could do like a little tiny. There we go. Boom. One. Ooh, big one. Ooh, this is maybe. Alright, maybe not super big one. Because you don't actually have to give it enough like runoff to, like if you went down a real log flume, they would give you a large runoff so that you get splashed and you wouldn't, you know, bang yourself, but it doesn't actually matter in this one. Alright, so I gotta go one back. It's not a very long runoff, but whatever. Down here, a little photo section, and then there you go. I don't know why the log flume. Like if you look at the roller coaster, it'll only place however many like carts kind of fit in the station. I mean, I understand why. You can fix that with block sections and stuff if you really want to do that. I'm not going to get into that right now, but if you look at how many get placed on here, it backs up so much. I'm not worried about the safety of this. I'm just gonna open it. Classic negligent roller coaster designer. Maybe not roller coaster designer, I'm sure there's rules regarding that, but maybe negligent park owner. Just little things, like you can pop balloons. Like this game is the original, I don't even know. When was Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 released? I think 2 is 2001. I think 1 maybe it was late 90s. I could be wrong, but I think around that time. It's just little things like that. I think it was mostly programmed, maybe entirely programmed by one man. Chris Sawyer? Maybe? I think his last name. I have the CD with me. Let me look. Chris Sawyer, yeah, my man. And I think the sprites and stuff, he got help, but still, that's very impressive. I think it was done in, like, BASIC as well, not like C++ or anything, which is crazy. But obviously people like it if there's still like a community around it today. Okay, so we only need 100 more guests, and we have no problem with the park rating. So, let's try to get a few more rides out. I'm not a huge fan of the haunted house. I don't know why. It's just big. It makes noise. We can do bumper cars, and I'll turn off the sound. Yeah, we'll just delete some of this path. Make room. Sorry for the clicking. I guess I could do this. Also gives us a few extra dollars. Not that we're hurting for money. Although it is a loan, but part of the scenario is not that you have to pay off your loan, so whatever. Don't care about the loan. There you go. The entrance here, the exit there. There you go. Turn the music off. I don't like the music on the Dodgems. And then, man, this color is really clashing with our kind of theme here. We'll do green again. Yeah, it's fine. Looks okay. Oh, I haven't been changing the prices of things, but it doesn't really matter too much on a scenario like this. Alright, let's get a coffee going. I feel like this looks kind of like a climate that people might enjoy coffee. Put it in our classic section. This is our comfort section. It's got the old wooden rides. This is the best section of the park right here. I guess it kind of has a theme thing going too, like a kind of foresty old town theme, mining theme. Like they use the mining theme parts, but is it mining? Well, I guess I could look. Yeah, it's called the mine theme, except it's supposed to be a farm, so I don't know. Guess it's just supposed to be like an old kind of thing. That's fine. Some of the scenarios I feel like look kind of out of place, like Factory Capers to me looks kind of bizarre. If you're into that, whatever, but I guess it doesn't really matter too much what it looks like, but part of the fun for me is the charm. Okay, let's start selling some souvenirs, some additional souvenirs. We'll be benevolent overlords, how about that? You want a hat? We're not even going to charge, we're not even going to make any profit, 90 cents. Same with the balloons. You want a balloon? We're basically giving them away. 30 cents, baby. On the house. Put a little medicine thing here as well. That just makes it so if they need to throw up, they can go there and they don't throw up. As long as you have enough handymen, it doesn't really matter. But so the other guys I don't think are actually that useful. Again, if you want to know more, you can look up Marcel Voss and he kind of explains that kind of stuff, but I don't really ever hire these kind of guys. The security guard and the entertainer. I used to. I'll just tell you a quick little story because it looks like we're just gonna win here. When I was playing this back when I was young, and I got in the cereal box, my sister and I had this kind of park that we had worked a lot on, and go on like every day and play. And we don't know much about computers. We're like young kids, and my dad went on and like the save file, he saved it separately so that we could like actually play it later. He's not a jerk, but he made his own save file that was just like a ton of these entertainer guys. Like I'll show you. They just like look like bears and things, right? Why are they all? Yeah, they were pandas. I think he made them pandas. He just made like a park that was all pandas and bathrooms, and he named it like what our park was named. And so when we logged on, our park was gone and it was just pandas and bathrooms, and everybody was upset. Our park rating was terrible. We had no money, And we were like, what happened? You know, we're kids, we don't know. And he was having a good laugh. I mean, he showed us later that our park wasn't destroyed, but it's pretty funny. Having a good old laugh at the expense of your children. We might have, do we have to put one more ride in to break 600? I guess I'll show you the other thing you can do. So you can go to advertising and like advertise. So we'll do free rides on the Big Splinter. And that's an extremely effective method of gaining guests. I guess we can add a launch free fall real quick. Just put it somewhere like here. There you go. Do a downward launch. There you go. Should be the last ride. And yeah, that's enough people to break the 700 barrier. Although these people are leaving. They're happy though, which is good. If your people are leaving mad, then that's not good. But they're leaving because they ran out of money, not because they are upset with us. And there you go, 700 guests, 800, 900 park rating. So as soon as the game checks here, we should win. Yeah, there you go. So not the highest company value, but to be fair, half the time we were talking and goofing around. So if you like this, maybe I'll upload some more. Maybe leave some ride name suggestions in the comments. Some guest name suggestions. I can always track guests and things. I mean, this is probably not going to get very many views anyways, but hey, I had some fun. So thanks for watching, and see you guys later.